Now we connect with Luca Del Monte, Head of Commercialization, Deputy of ESA. Good afternoon, Luca Del Monte.
Good afternoon to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. So thanks a lot for the floor, and thanks for inviting me. And I am really disappointed that I could not join this event. And Mr. Acerno knows how proud I am of this type of events, and in particular also for the nice opportunities that this represent to talk about our success, achievements, collective achievements, in particular as far as the ESA BIC or Business Incubation Center networks is concerned. And today we are going to talk a lot about that, especially in the next few minutes. So I would like really to put things in a sort of perspective, if I may, by starting to understand how the vision, let's say, of the Business Incubation Center of ESA fits in the context of commercialization. So the first question that we should ask is why are we concerned with the commercialization of the space sector? And I would like to state it up front. Commercialization is not an objective for the agency, for ESA per se. Is rather to be seen as a tool to implement our missions in a resource-efficient way. So fostering the commercialization of space not only supports ESA's missions financially, but also enhances their implementation through collaboration, innovation, global partnership, and this ensures sustainability in the ever-evolving landscape of space exploration. So we are looking at economic sustainability. I mean, when we support the growth of commercial space ventures, ESA can implement its core programs in a timely and cost-effective manner, ensuring long-term financial stability. It's a matter of cost sharing and partnership, because engaging with commercial entities allows ESA to share costs and form strategic partnership. Collaborating with private companies or institutional missions can reduce the financial burden on ESA while leveraging the expertise and resources of the commercial sector. But it's also a question of technological innovation. So our commercial sector often operates on the cutting edge of technology. And by collaborating with the commercial entities, ESA can access innovative solutions and technologies that enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of our mission. We are talking about rapid implementation. We are talking about global impact. We are talking also about inspiring entrepreneurship. So having said that, it's clear that today is the moment, it's a moment of celebration. It's a moment of celebration for the local success and achievements in the Apulia region, but it's a moment of celebration, I would say, also for the entire ESA BIC family. And I'm very proud to share with you the news that was on the first page of the Financial Times this week, that, let's say, the ESA Business Incubation Network received the 8th place in the Financial Times first ever ranking of the Europe's leading startup hubs. This was published on the 14th of March. So the ranking covers altogether 150 hubs over 21 countries. And so this makes ours, and let's say Brindisi is part of this reality, one of the most successful business incubation program, one of the best in Europe. On the same day, it was published also another statistics on Financial Times about the business incubation hub networks. And as you know, the BIC is a network in the ESA BIC. And in this case, the ESA Business Incubation Center network ranked #2. So as a network, it's the second one most efficient network of business incubators all over Europe. So you have to be proud of being part of this family. Today we are celebrating certain events, but I think that this is very important. And it has been a history of success. I mean, we are celebrating this year 20 years of operation of this BIC. So this year, 2024, is the 20th anniversary. Things started 20 years ago in a small building located in Estek in the Netherlands. And nowadays we have 29 ESA BIC operating in 21 countries across all over Europe, with more than 95 physical sites of incubation. In our history, we have incubated so far about 1,600 companies, which is an amazing number of startups. And this is a number that is growing at a pace of 200 startups per year. So you see, I mean, we are talking about a big reality. And as I've been introduced in this short address to you, it's not just looking retrospectively, the important part. The important part is looking at the future, at the next 20 years. It's not just at the past. We are learning about from, let's say, our operations, from the lessons that we can draw from our operations. And we think that there is an evolution which is needed for this move. And we are leading this evolution now along three main axes that I want to share with you. The first one is what we call efficiency. So let's say our network is a big one, but obviously it's a complex network which requires a lot also of bureaucracy behind. We have to simplify that. We have to simplify also the application package that the startup has to submit in order to be selected. We have to connect this startup with the local ecosystem in a more rapid and efficient way. This, of course, means also take more risk. But this is a good news, all in all, because innovation is based on taking risk, on failure as well. If we have to fail, let's fail fast, but let's learn from our fail. So the first thing is really facilitating the access to the network. And once the companies are in the network, let's also facilitate the way in which they can leverage the network by moving from the ESA BIC to the business acceleration, to the other programs and commercialization offers of the European Space Agency, and also offered by the national space agencies. Today, this does not happen. This happens, but let's say at the cost of a lot of efforts, a lot of resources to be invested. We have to simplify it. We have to really make our network even more efficient. The second axe of evolution, I call it the alignment with the strategic priorities of a country. Nowadays, our networks, all our networks, the technology transfer brokers, the business incubation center, the business acceleration one, the fill-up net, even the marketplace, all these tools are essentially bottom-up type of initiatives. And this is good because we have always said that a lot of innovation is coming from the ecosystem, so it's open innovation. But we think that this is not enough. We have also to take stock of the strategic priorities of our stakeholders. I mentioned member states, but also could be of larger system integrator, of the ESA programs as well. And it's important to align the development that happens in the business incubation center with the top-down strategic priorities, which are communicated by our stakeholders. And this is in all the interest of the incubated companies that in this way can identify and find good markets when they are out of the business incubation. And the third and last axis for development that I want to share today with you is what we call quality versus quantity. For the first 20 years, we have focused our attention in growing the size of the network. We needed to have a critical mass, because without a big amount of companies, you cannot really start to identify the good unicorn, the promising companies. But now that we have grown the network, now we have to start focusing on the real good opportunities. As you know, I mean, the financial outlook has quite evolved over the past years. We have faced, let's say, the last 10 years, more or less, have been years characterized by very low interest rate, which has favored private investment and the access of private capitals to space. This is a phenomenon we have been seeing growing massively. And nowadays, I think in Europe, we are talking about something like 1 billion euros of private investment in space, things that it was totally unheard of only 5 or 6 years ago. But now we are entering in a period of low fund. And this means that we have really to help and support the private investments by focusing them on the right companies. This is why we have started now a process of, let's say, flagging up the best opportunities, the high flyer, the rising star, as we call, and we want really to support their growth and their access to our resources and the opportunities that we can offer. So in a nutshell, we want to offer opportunities to the large community of the ESA BIC alumni. Now, on these 3 priorities, I would like to conclude my introduction to this afternoon session, and I give you back the floor, and I'm happy to